right, we're over in r slash am I the asshole with an H with a post by Gloomy Pension 5478. Am I the asshole for telling my boss they either fire their new employee or I'm gone? Which resulted in them firing her. Okay. I've worked at a small local business for almost 12 years now. We have about 8 employees currently and are short-staffed. About 3 weeks ago, they hired on some woman in her 50s who we will call Karen. Karen in the beginning was very appreciative of being hired on as her husband is out of work following a car wreck and their home was in the process of foreclosure. She stated she had been searching for employment for months, but no one would hire her because she had zero employment history. She was a stay-at-home wife. No kids. Now, in the beginning, Karen and I got along well enough, but shit hit the fan last week. She stated she has 5 dogs, and I simply made the comment that I don't like dogs and could never have one as a pet. I told her I like other people's dogs well enough, but I can never have my own, basically. She took it as a personal attack, apparently. She turned around in her chair and avoided me the rest of the shift. That night, my phone started blowing up with Facebook notifications from her. I don't have her as a friend on there. She was going through and laugh reacting at every photo of my children that were posted as public because they're tagged photos. If that wasn't bad enough, she then comments underneath a photo of my youngest, 4-month-old. Ew, you don't like dogs, but you like these ugly things? With 2 throw-up emojis. And another comment, not even 30 seconds later, on a photo of my 12-year-old son and 10-year-old daughter saying gross. I screenshot everything and then blocked her. The next day I go to my boss and hand over my phone with all the screenshots pulled up. I tell him, either you fire her right now or I'm gone. I refuse to be in the same workplace as this bitch. Well, Karen just happened to walk into his office while I was in there, and he immediately told her to collect her items from her desk and leave. She asked why, and he pointed to the screenshots on my phone and said, "This is why." She started berating me, of course, because I got her fired when she was desperately needs money and because they will lose their home and no one else will hire her. And she can't believe I'm being so sensitive and that she just wanted me to feel how she felt when I threw in her face that I don't like dogs. Am I the asshole? No. What the fuck? No. Oh. You always hear the phrase "you're better than me," because there are negative and positive connotations applied to certain actions and phrases. And it almost popped out of my mouth that this person is better than me because I would have rocked her shit. You're calling my kids ugly and gross. You're saying that dogs are better than my children, animals. Even though we're all animals, we're at the top of the food chain. We're of higher reasoning. We automatically perceive and care more for our own species than others. A large part of the human population eats dogs, and who gives a fuck? Right? If you could keep a dog as a pet, then people keep cows and chickens as pets. And then we eat cows and chickens. What are we doing here? Oh, shit. Oh, I'm going insane here. I would have rocked her shit. I don't care if you're 50. I don't care if you're going to lose your job. I'm losing my job today. You're talking shit about my kids? My kids? I don't even have kids. Just imagine if I actually had kids. I'm turning into the hash-slinging slasher in that motherfucker. Turning into Jack the Ripper. Let me use an actual real person. Oh, man. You know what this is? And I read this already. I read the story already. And this might be in the comments, but I had an epiphany as I was reading, right? She had this crazy ass reaction because she's 50 and she probably is incapable of having children. That's why she has 5 dogs, because she grew up in a time period where she was raised by parents who simply socialized her to such a large degree that it is your existence in life to be a wife and to be a mother. Being a mother is the greatest thing possible. Having children is the greatest God-given thing possible that can ever happen to you. And then she learned that she can't have kids. And her husband was fine with that, probably, potentially. I mean, because he married her ass. And 5 doggies was more than enough, right? That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming. But you're 50, bitch. Get some fucking therapy. Get over your fucking issues. If I'm going to give her even the, like, most amounts of, like, I don't know, lights? I don't know. I don't even know the word I'm looking for. You know the word I'm looking for, right? If I want to be nice, then she has reproductive issues and she was never capable of having kids. And or her husband has reproductive issues, because it takes 2 to tango. We know how this works, right? Or she has lost kids. She has lost children. Either they came into existence, into the world, and they passed, or she had miscarriages. That's what I'm thinking. Top comment was 7K upvotes by Bailey the Nerd, not the asshole. And they got that shit in bold, all caps. I didn't even know you can do that on Reddit. I suspect that someone who's surprised that harassment will get her fired is the kind of person that's hard to hire. I doubt her lack of employment history had much to do with her financial woes. And then welcome former drops the tea. Yeah, it sounds like tea. It might not be the truth, but it sounds like the truth. It had to do with her getting fired from other jobs and not being able to use them as recommendations. Yeah, because if you're out here getting fired every 3 months, every 6 months, if you're doing part-time work, you can't have that on your resume if they're going to call around. You got to start typing in the phone number and the location. You got to do all this and all that. And she's going to be thinking in her 50-year-old head like, I was kind of a bitch this last job. I can't really put them down like that. All of a sudden, I'm going to just be a stay-at-home wife. Yeah. Can't put this job down, this job down, this job down, this job down. Alrighty then. It's birds. I'm hearing a weird sound. I'm like, who's about to get shot? Oh, man. And OP does not drop any comments that, yeah, they do. They drop 2 comments. Where are these comments at? And I can't find them. Yay. Oh, no, I can. Oh, she drops comments replying to the people who got downvoted into oblivion. That's why they didn't pop up for me. With negative 63 upvotes by Biff Tannen 43. Not the asshole. Also, no way in hell is this a true story. OP replies, I knew there would be at least one. It didn't happen to me, so it didn't happen at all. In the mix. LOL. But no, this shouldn't have happened. It is real. And she's just a psycho, apparently. Okay. I see what it is. OP is just replying to the to somebody just being a jerk. Right. Let's go back to some other top comments. About deleted user, she harassed you, taking shots at your kid is beyond unacceptable. By Alorius Dannon. These aren't real words. Why did you string these letters together? Karen is now the new member of the Fuck Around and Find Out Club. Fafo. Maybe she will learn from this, but I doubt it. Excuse me for belching. Lynn's Crow comments, I can only imagine how it went when she went home and had to tell her husband that she was fired from her new job. And then Mama Bear 50 comments, I know, you know, She lied to her husband. I'm betting the story was along the lines of, I got fired because my coworker doesn't like my dogs. I feel so bad for him, matter of the fact. Because he's like married to a piece of shit, but he's recovering from a car wreck and he can't do anything. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Is he not getting any kind of assistance? Well, it doesn't matter because he's not getting enough and they're potentially going into foreclosure. I say potentially because this bitch could be a liar. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are you talking shit about my kids? You're such a piece of shit. Ugh. Yeah, everybody's vibing with this one, not the asshole. Ugh. Yeah, not the asshole.